Hey guys. Okay, so this video is about the Supsoo B131 or B131. Supsoo, I really like saying that name. I hope I'm saying it right, and I hope I'm not offending anybody. I believe this is a Chinese manufacturer, and so they call their product Supsoo, or I'm sorry, they call their company Supsoo. I really like that name, by the way. This is a wireless Bluetooth headphone. This was sent to me by them. So FYI, I don't know if I'll have links to their site or to Amazon or what. I'll leave something though. This is the box. Pretty nice, simple box. Very handsome. We'll open that guy up. Comes with this case here. I like it. This is a nice case. Now, I'm going to say that when I first got this and opened it up, there was a very strong chemical odor, that kind of vinyl chemical smell. It was actually pretty offensive. It made my eyes water a little bit. And that's the headphones. And I ended up having to set it aside for a couple of days because it was so strong. I started getting a headache from when I was trying to, test them out. Just so you know, if you get these, you might want to air them out and put them out in your garage or something for a few days and just let them air out. After that, they're fine. The smell is slightly there, but no problem at all. It doesn't bother me at all. Headphones come in this case. Fits really well in there. Comes with a 3.5-inch cable for listening to the headphones as passive headphones, and a USB cable. And the nice thing about this case is this comes out super simple. So then you can use it. You can put these in just like that, and you can fit more stuff in there, so that's that. We'll get the case out of the way. It says Supsoo. Nice case. Okay, on to the headphones. So Bluetooth headphones. And you might see I've got the Sony WM1H2, I think it is over here. Is that what it is? I think that's what it's called. Let me look that up real quick. Yeah, so this is the Sony WH1000, I think M2, not the B model, but just the M2. Workhorse for me. I've had this for like 4 years or maybe longer. I don't know, maybe 4 years. I think I paid almost $400 for these when they were brand new, and they've been a total workhorse. So I've beaten the hell out of these day in and day out. I watch TV with them. I do meetings with them, all sorts of stuff. I use the 3.5-inch cable when the battery goes dead to listen to television, plug it into the side of the TV. They're not audiophile headphones. The sound's okay. It's not fantastic. Imaging is super, super good on these, though. That's one thing that they do have. So I'm not here to review those, but they are the comparison, because if you see, they're like exactly the same size. They both lay out flat like that. These will fold up like this as well, kind of like these guys will. These do that same thing. Kind of similar, different case. These don't fold as much, but still very similar. And they even look a little bit the same in the headband there, right? All right, so Supsoo B131, right? B1, yeah, 131. So build, let's talk about that. You saw with the accessories, comes with the cables to charge it and to listen to it with. It's got a 3.5-inch jack right there. On this cup, the left cup, which I like that they printed that in there. That's awesome. So many don't do that. The Sonys don't have that. And the Sonys, it's hard to tell which one's which, right? I really like L and R, so you can't miss it. You just pick it up. Oh yeah, I know where it goes. So I like that feature. On the cup, there is, on the left cup, there is the 3.5-inch jack. There is a button for microphone and the power button. So on the right cup, we have the USB-C charging adapter port, volume up and down, and the ANC or noise canceling button. The ear pads, very, very soft. These are super comfortable. I really enjoyed wearing them. Super, super comfortable, soft, fits my ear just fine. No volume control on the cup, no touch controls. I I looked in the manual, didn't say anything about it. I played around to see if I could get any difference, and nothing happens. The Sonys, they have a touch control, but these don't. That's okay. I don't mind. I've actually by accident reached up to move the Sonys when I've been watching a movie, and it goes into it changes the volume or pause the movie or something because they have touch controls on them. So the touch controls are great. Sometimes they can be a pain in the butt. So back to the build, the very smooth finish on here, almost like a rubberized finish. I enjoy it. It's nice. Plastic on here, but sturdy, just like the Sonys, so no problem with that. Again, plastic, but if you pull this out, you'll see that there is a metal, like spring steel band in there. And it's got little increment marks on there. I guess you could use those. They're not numbered, they're just marks, so you'd have to remember which mark. But still, the click's pretty strong. So that means they stay in place. I didn't have any problem when I had them on my head moving around at all. Once I got them situated, they stayed right where I wanted them. So no problem with that. The headband, very soft. It's that, faux leather stuff, but very comfortable. And it's actually padded on top, surprisingly enough. There's no reason for them to do that, but it is padded there as well. And it says Supsoo again right there. I don't know if these come off the earpieces. I didn't want to tear them off. It's not, I don't want to destroy them until I had a chance to test them. Past the build, how do they look? Right? This is the kind of thing you're going to wear out, maybe take to the office. I feel like these are a good business headphone. That's what you probably want to use them for. Maybe watching movies occasionally and that kind of thing. These are beautiful. Whoever designed these, and because I see a lot of funky stuff, especially doing this channel. I see a lot of crazy stuff that I get sent by manufacturers that I don't even do videos. You guys don't even see it because it's just so trashy that I'm there's no reason for me to do a video. Why would I even tell you about it? Right? I just tell them, look, this thing's junk and I'm not doing a video. And then I send it back if they want it or whatever. These are beautiful. Whoever did this design work for these guys, they actually did their homework. The color scheme, this black with this kind of copper bronze color, and it's just plastic. It's not metal, I don't think. Yeah, no, that's just plastic. But it's held up. I've been kind of scuffing around. I haven't scratched it at all. And it's just super attractive. I really like the way these look. My son came out when I was testing them. And he's like, "Oh, what are those?" I said, "I just got these, and he's like, "Well, can I have them when you're done?" He was asking for them, but I mean, they are beautiful, definitely. If you want something that looks really good, I mean, this is, I guess, the thing, right? The lettering's in gold inside there. Not that anyone's going to see that, but this bronze and black is really, really something here. Let me kind of bring it up there a little bit, kind of give you some, move this around a little so you can see kind of. And see, it's even got the little bronze accent on there. And oh, sorry, kind of losing it there. There we go. Yeah, they're beautiful for sure. Build quality seems sturdy. No problem at all. Oh, I turned it on by accident. You can see the blue light on there. All right, so, sorry. Power on. When you power it on, it has that little voice. I'll put it up here. Hopefully it'll come through.
Power on.
Then when you press the ANC button,
ANC on.
then when you press it again,
Transparency
mode. Press it a third time, and ANC off. Then if we hold down the power button, power off. So the ANC function, let's go to noise canceling, because that's usually why you buy these, to wear in an airplane or wear at the office to kind of quiet the environment. The noise canceling in my testing against the Sonys, and this is an older version of Sony, right? This isn't the latest version. It's still, like I said, works fantastic, so I don't have any reason to upgrade it. The noise canceling was just as good as the Sony. When in fact, I was lucky enough, well, it's not lucky, I guess. It happens every 2 days a week. I live in a townhouse complex, and 2 days a week, gardeners come through and with, blowers and mowers and everything else. and, just start doing their work. And it's very loud outside my door, outside my window. So when I was doing that, when they were doing that, I was testing these, and I touched the noise canceling, the ANC, and quieted right down. Like I knew they were there. I could hear them, but it was just this muffled way in the background. It was very, very quiet. So the noise canceling worked really well to cancel out that signal. Pressed it into the transparency mode. That activates the microphone that's in these and allows that microphone to pick up the outside sounds so that I can hear very clearly. And that also worked really well. The interesting thing is that the sounds you hear through the microphone, it'd be just like if you were listening to, say, music through them, because it's processed through the electronics of the headphone. When I turned the ANC off, or the noise canceling off, that sound was very loud from those Gardners. So definitely the noise canceling works extremely well on these. I no problems with that at all. Bluetooth. Bluetooth pairing, paired instantly to my iPhone, paired instantly to my laptop. No problems with pairing at all. I didn't have to hold the button and put it in pairing mode. It was funny. I thought I would have to do that, but I turned it on. I even held the button and it didn't say pairing mode. But I turned it on and I went to my laptop and to the Bluetooth settings, and it just saw it. And so I just clicked connect and it connected, no problem. Same thing with my iPhone. It just found it right away and connected. There is no app. I contacted Supsoo and asked them this. They do not have an application, iPhone or Android. I searched. I went to their website and searched. There was nothing there. So no app. If you care, like the app for the Sony, it does actually allow you to do some things, tell you battery level, all that kind of stuff. But I almost never open it, just once in a great while. So I don't know if you'd miss an app or not, if that's something that's a deal breaker for you. The Bluetooth connectivity, as far as how well it stayed connected to my laptop, connected to my laptop, I could walk away not very far. At 10 feet, 11 feet, it started kind of jumping in and out. At 15 feet, it cut out completely. So I didn't get really good response at all as far as that with my laptop. With my iPhone, for some reason, it was a little bit better. I could leave the iPhone like on the kitchen counter and go, or on my desk, and then go walk. I'd say maybe more like 20 feet before I'd start losing signal. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's just the location of my laptop versus the iPhone, but I want to say I could get from the iPhone like 20 feet or so away before I started cutting out, and from my laptop between 10 and 15 feet. When I tested all the features out as far as like the mic and the meetings and sound and everything else. So when I was testing the microphone on my laptop, so I tried to do an online meeting with a colleague using these, and through my laptop, the microphone wouldn't work. I don't know why that is. I think it might have been a driver issue with my laptop, but I can't say for sure. So the microphone wouldn't work in meetings connected to my laptop. Like I said, I think that was a driver issue. When I connected it to my iPhone, it worked perfectly. I could do Zoom meetings. We use Ring Central. I could do WebEx. I could just call somebody and make a phone call, and the microphone worked fine. So that part worked fine with the iPhone. No problems at all. With the laptop, I don't know why it just didn't. Like I said, I think it may have been a Bluetooth driver issue. So, but I don't think it was these, because it worked fine with the iPhone. Now, in usage, the battery, I'd say the battery lasted, I haven't charged these for a week now, and they still turn on as fine, and they don't say battery low, which they did. They did tell me battery low at one point. When I first took them out of the box, they had a charge, and I didn't bother charging them. I just used it. I want to say after a few hours, it's told me battery low. I charged it, left it charging for about 20 minutes or whatever. And then I haven't charged it since. So I've used it a couple hours, off and on. No, I didn't use it extensively. So it's still charged. I don't know. I think the instructions say it takes a full 2 hours to charge this. I didn't really, maybe I didn't charge it all the way. I didn't charge it for that long. It's lasted for a long time. They don't say how long the battery lasts. I'm going to say it's probably very close to the Sony in sound quality. So in meetings, when I was using the Bluetooth with the noise canceling on my phone, I called my wife, I called some colleagues, called some friends, and I asked everyone, "Hey, how do I sound right now? Do I sound okay?" And they're like, "Yeah, you sound fine. You sound just like you." I said, "Do I sound like I'm in the tunnel? Do I sound like you hear a bunch of background noise?" And they're like, "No, it's very clear. I don't hear anything." Yeah, you sound. One person said I sounded a little bit like I was in a tunnel, just a tiny bit, like there was some kind of an echo. Somebody else, or actually everyone else said, "No, you sound fine." You know, no one noticed anything different or weird. They thought I was calling them from my normal headset. Which is my normal headset is the Beats Studio Pro. These not Studio Pro, the Beats whatever these are. That's what I usually use if I'm not on my desktop headset. So these had as good a sound as that in meetings when it was my voice coming through. Now, in the opposite, me listening, how is the sound coming out of these? It's not that great. Okay, they could have done a little more homework in this area and tuned them a little bit better. I think they did so much right with this set. I mean, the comfort, the build quality, how beautiful and handsome looking they are, how comfortable and nice they are, the big L and the R, and everything else they did so well. But they didn't really tune these or use the right drivers or something, because I tested them two ways. I tested over Bluetooth and I tested with the 3.5 cable straight into a jack. Now, when you put in the 3.5 inch cable, these power off and it goes into passive mode. So using the Bluetooth alone to listen to music, there's this kind of like tunnel effect it has where it doesn't sound good. I guess that's the best way to say it. It's not, I'm not going to go into mids and bass. They're very bassy. I can tell you that. They're definitely exaggerated bass. So the treble's there and the details there, but it's just not good quality. Like it doesn't sound good to my ear. And, this is very, my judgment, right? This is not, I don't have everybody's hearing. I listen to a lot of very high-end audio equipment. So at least in my opinion, I do. So, by high end, I mean stuff that sounds really fantastic. So I'm comparing these against things like that. A good example would be these Rhodes, right? I've done a recent video on, or I'm going to be, I don't know which one's coming out when, I'm not sure, but the Rode NTH or NTI 100, stark, drastic difference in sound quality. There's like no comparison whatsoever. These are heads above these, in so many ways. The Sonys have much better sound quality than these if you're going to be listening to music. I listen to movies with both of these. I Bluetooth these over to my television, and I did the same thing with these. Well, I actually already have these Bluetooth to them set up. I paired these as well. The sound quality on the Sonys was much warmer and more realistic, whereas with these, it had that tunnel effect with the treble when it was a little bit sharp. So the quality of the sound was not good with the Bluetooth. Now I thought, well, let me plug in the 3.5 because that can really be dependent then on the amp you're plugged into, and because I know with the Sonys, the sound changes when I plug in 3.5. Over Bluetooth. Not a lot, but it does change. I plugged in the 3.5 and I was like right away, yeah, these are not audiophile headphones. Okay. If you're looking for a Bluetooth audiophile headset, this is not it. This is not it. If you're looking for something that is comfortable, is built well, pairs easily, and you can do meetings on your phone and that kind of thing, that's what this is for, right? This is a good work desktop, or in public doing meetings, because the noise canceling is fantastic on these. That works, great. So, but if you want to go, let's say on a long flight and you want to listen to music, I wouldn't use these. These don't sound good at all for that. If you're going to go do meetings and walking around outside or, in a noisy area, and you want to hear the other people talking as well as have them hear you well, these would be fine for that. These are really good at that. So that brings us to, price and recommendation and all that kind of stuff. So these, as tested on Amazon, because I didn't know when they sent these to me how much they were. After I got done listening, I kind of went and looked all that stuff up on Amazon. I just now looked. These are $239. I don't know if they're going to be dropping that price or changing it at all. I don't know what it takes them to build these and the cost. I'm sure something like this is a lot of, effort in building these. There's a lot of parts. There's a Bluetooth headphone, battery. They're built well. They're designed well as far as the way they look and everything. Super comfortable. So, I mean, they put some effort into these. I think they could drop the price because of the sound quality. As far as if you want to, like, if they're going to position this to music people, I think they kind of position these. In fact, what does it say in the? Let me read this real quick. Okay, it says they just say wireless active noise canceling headphones with mic, ANC. They don't say anything about these being for gaming or for music or any of that. In fact, the people they show are like working at their desk with a computer and doing meetings inside of their advertisement here. So I think that they know that that's what this is really for. This is not for music and stuff. So $239 brand new for these. The Sony, now the one that's out now is the 1000 XM4. So that's the model you can buy right now. I don't think the XM5's out yet. I think it's still the XM4. It's $389. That's the cheapest price I found. I did find a renewed set, factory refurbished. Sorry, $299 factory refurbished, $389 brand new. These are $239 brand new. These have better sound quality and better imaging. So if I was going to listen to music and movies on television, that was the thing I wanted. I would go for the Sonys. Pay that extra $100 and go for the Sonys. If I'm just going to do meetings and I need something I can travel with that is going to do really good noise canceling, I think these would be a good buy. So that's what I would say. They're not audiophile quality sound. Please don't think that at all. Okay, they're for meetings, maybe for watching television shows or something. That kind of thing. And for noise canceling, sometimes you just put them on and press. For me, sometimes I put on the Sonys and I just hit the noise canceling button. I just want things to be quiet so I can work and think. These would be beautiful for that because they have really good noise canceling. So 80 hours of playtime, noise canceling. They say it takes 2 hours. I don't know. I didn't take charge for that long. Or do I recommend these? Yeah, I mean, I think for build quality is fantastic. Meetings, connectivity, all that kind of stuff's great. Just not really for music. So don't buy these to listen to music. That's not what they're for. Again, I think they're about $239 is what I found them on Amazon for. Who knows if they'll have any discounts they're going to be given out. But all right, well, that's really all I can say. And I hope this review has helped you a little bit. If you have some questions or comments or anything, please leave those. And please subscribe if you get a chance. Click the subscription button. That helps me out a little with my ratings. Okay, thanks, guys. Bye.